Probably live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. Yeah. Hello, how are you doing? Having a little conversation with Lozendog. I don't know if that's how you say your name about times of starting in that. Yeah, we decided a number of months ago to start these at 9, end them at 10, almost universally, and also if we don't hit the 9 deadline within a reasonable margin of error, then we just cancel it for that week. Because we spent a long time um, trying to get a decent sleeping pattern in. We've kind of fallen out of it a bit since because of summer holidays and the kids and all that. But we needed to go to bed early, and one of the things that was keeping us up and thus disrupting the rest of the week's sleep was the stream, because we would quite happily we'd start at about 10, and then sometimes to we'd usually go 2 hours, so that gets us ending this at 12, and then if we had a guest we'd chat for another half an hour, maybe an hour, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning before we're even trying to go to bed, and it's not good, and we're grown-ups now, so we just
You need to change the sound.
is it too quiet? Yeah. Let's see if I can't just. Nope, I can't do that. For God's sake, I need multiple mics. I need one set up in here permanently, because the amount of times I've put the sound up in here and then started recording a video, only to then check, do a few minutes of recording, and then go, oh, I'll check how that sounds, and go blaring out super powerful voice into my own ears, and it just sounds like garbage. So yeah, that's something that I need to sort out. Sick, you are not a grown-up. No, I am not a grown-up. I just have all the grown-up responsibilities and kids and that, just without the brain of it. And I need to do more of that. So yeah, so that's.
I noticed in one of your videos your arms look as white and marked up as mine. Are you a chef too?
I don't know about marked up. I mean, I get a lot of scratches from the cat because she's a little shit.
You do have a lot of like birthmark thingies. What do you call them? Beauty spots. There you go. Moles.
Yeah. I've got a few scars here and there, but nothing particularly major. I didn't think they were noticed. The main noticeable thing with Alive Sick is how my skin is almost, it curves light around it because it's so pale, and you can see the green screen on my skin through my skin somehow. I'm basically transparent.
It's a reflection.
It's a refraction.
Because you're so pale.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be reflecting from behind.
You are really pale though. You're like a perfect thing for a colour to reflect off of.
Yeah, no, it's a tunic that's white. It's almost. And that's not a tunic, it's a waistcoat. It's just a waistcoat. I actually might need to get a smaller one because I've been losing weight like a madman. Yeah, so we do the streams. They're an hour long. I know a lot of people really like really long streams because it's something that they can just sort of well, I don't know what you do when you listen to streams. Some people do other stuff. Some people are quite active in them. Whatever that people want it for. But we decided to make this sort of a very specific length of time. I think an hour is still decent. I think anything less than that is probably kind of pointless.
Considering the content of these
Oh,
streams.
yeah, exactly, as well. The content of these is just garbage. I'm pretty sure. I mean, a lot of the times, we would just, if we got onto a topic, it would just rattle off, I touch myself. Of course you do, Demon Orb. Of course you do. That explains a lot. But, yeah. I did have something I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what it is. I will do housekeeping as usual. Video is currently in limbo. It'll be, I didn't get it finished until quite late on Saturday night, and most of the time YouTube takes more than 24 hours to do their witchcraft or voodoo or whatever the hell it is they do. So it'll more than likely be up tomorrow. The reason it was I finished it a little bit later than I'd have liked is because on Friday we had Memory Man round for his birthday, and did now I don't know if this is really cool or really dumb, but we did in person VR because I've got an Oculus Rift and I've got a Steam VR, and a PSVR, the PlayStation one. So I set up the PlayStation in the kitchen, and I always have the Oculus set up in here. This is the living room. It doesn't matter. In another room, 2 different rooms, and you can cross-platform play. I think sports bar VR. So basically, it's just like a big pub with pool tables and air hockey and a bunch of other stuff, including like chess and checkers. Although we didn't play any of those, we forgot to play shuffleboard, which was very disappointing. But we literally took the headphones and that off so that we could just talk to each other directly. But it was very silly, but it was also quite a lot of fun. Apart from the fact,
fun for some people.
well, yeah, you didn't do it, but you probably wouldn't do it.
No, because that's boring.
Yeah, but you were already told you didn't have to be there. You have PS. I do. I have a PS4 Pro. Actually, I have 2. Someone gave me one, which I use in the other room, and then I have a PS4 Pro in the living room because I've got a big 4K telly. So blah blah blah. Yeah. So that's what we did then. Half of the night. Well, it started off with the cutting of the caterpillar cake, because we wanted to get him a pink unicorn. That's what I was gonna say. I fixed the donation thing because I was like, it's on the top layer. It should be visible. And then I realised I just put it somewhere by accident. I've obviously picked it up and dropped it way off screen, so I couldn't find it for love nor money. But thankfully, there's a function of OBS that allows you to center whatever it is you're looking for. So I fixed it.
To answer your question, I always choose death.
Are you in? Yeah. Yes. The title of this is based partly on the Eddie Izzard Blasphemy bit, and partly on the fact that we've been playing. Is it called Blasphemous? That game is fucking awesome. If you're looking for if you like Castlevania-esque games and you like Dark Souls-esque games, and you like very old school PC game cutscenes where it was sort of pixel images that are very sort of kind of jankily animated, but oh my god, it's one of the first games in ages that me and Mrs. Sick have been like playing together, and I'm not allowed to play it on my own, even though I desperately want to fucking play it. It's really, really, really fun. So yeah, and it's really depressing, and it's got all this fucking awful flavor text about how it starts off in like, Jonathan was a well-loved man, and then he fell down a pit and impaled his face on a spike, and everyone went, "Ooh, that's a shame." And it's not quite as absurd as that, but a lot of the time it's just like, oh fucking hell, that just makes me depressed. It's great. Yeah, so that's why
the visuals are pretty.
Yeah, very, very good pixel art. Little bit janky, but I like it. What was what? Oh, did you might have heard the marijuana thing. That's the thing that when people super chat or donate directly to Streamlabs, it comes through. Yeah, so that was a bit of fun. I need to figure out at some point how to... I've got the green screen and I've been trying to learn... I say I've learnt it, it's just going to be a huge pain in the ass to set up, which is having the green screen so you can see the person in the VR. I want to do that, but fucking hell. I don't think it'd work very well with the Oculus setup because it's got the little cameras. I think that might have to wait. But yeah. Right, I had something else on my mind, but I can't remember what it is for the life of me. What? I hate it when people say things and then retract them. Even if you spelt something wrong. Doesn't matter. Just out of curiosity, where did the idea for Cirsic persona come from? Well, the character itself was taken from an old video somewhere. The name. And then the design was, well, you know, Crusader. What's a good Crusader looking character? It started off with Knight Solaire from Dark Souls. And then Mrs. Sick did some fucking about. And then eventually came up with the first Cirsic design, which is also based on Ironclad.
The pose was based on Ironclad.
Yeah, the pose was based on Ironclad.
Everything else was my thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Things get inspired by things all the time. It's fine. And then, yeah, she turned it into its own thing, and yeah, but the persona has just sort of developed from my own sense of hatred for the world and the fact that I may or may not be a humans and will eventually one day blow you all up. But you do make good whiskey, so, you know, swings and roundabouts.
It is like a mix of different comedians that you like on top of like a hyperbole version of your self-hatred. That's pretty much what it is. I think I'm stupid and ridiculous, therefore my character is stupid and ridiculous. Yeah.
But in terms of the origins of things, they're kind of irrelevant at this point, because it's sort of evolved into its own thing, and eventually I'm probably going to do another redesign or something, I don't know, to sort of... I mean, that's partly where the whole live action stuff comes from, because it's obviously... I don't know. This is so unfair. I got to go to school tomorrow. Like, why you got to learn if you want to teach? What? You need to... I mean, you need to learn how to teach, don't you? That's a skill. You can't just know how to do it. I guess.
If you know stuff, then you just tell people what you know. That's basically teaching.
You're not Grey Still Plays, are you? I am not Grey Still Plays. I don't even know. I mean, I have had a couple of other channels, but they've been so fucking insignificantly tiny that you'll have never heard of them. Although it's quite fun. The channels are still there. But maybe one day I'll divulge some information on what I first did. It was a gaming channel, and it was... I started off doing reviews, and they were quite good. They weren't great, but then nothing I make is that good. But they got such little traction, and it became so... I was trying to make something of it, but when no one pays any attention to it, it's very easy to lose hope. And, you know... and at the same time I started doing Cirsic stuff, and that just caught on and then blew up, and it was actually the more passion-y project. So, funnily enough, don't do things for the sake of, you know, I wanted to do YouTube as like a job, but the thing I made as YouTube as a job was a failure, was an utter failure, and the thing I did for the joy of it went well. So that'll teach you something. Don't know what it is, but it might teach you something.
Mrs. It, you should draw me anti-childhood cancer crusader. My 7-year-old nephew just got diagnosed with cancer and has 2 years of TX ahead. Oof.
TX is...
treatment.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, my cousin got diagnosed with leukemia when she was 5, and she went through like 5 years of treatments and it coming back and then going away again, and yeah, it's not nice. It's fucked up. I could try and make a t-shirt I could do a crusader that's fighting the words "fuck cancer."
Well, I mean, they didn't ask for a T-shirt; they asked for a drawing.
I could do a drawing of "fuck cancer."
Yeah, just stick a T-shirt on a 7-year-old that says "fuck cancer." That would be kind of amusing in its own way, but it depends how the parents feel about it, really, and the kid. Yeah, I mean, I never know what to say. It's like, I don't know them, so send them my love sounds just a little bit too familiar. But then, my best. So, yeah, being polite is hard because I always think that you're just going to say the wrong thing that's just going to make someone upset. My best. That seems like the most. I hope they do.
Like
I hope they do well.
I was in hospital after I got hit by the Land Rover.
You mean you got into a fight with the Land Rover and won?
And every time my mum came to the hospital and she came to see me every day, she's like, "So and so sends the best." And I'm like, I have no idea who that is, because she worked in a pub at the time and all the customers kept giving their best to me, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. I think sending something more tangible would be better. Can someone send me their £5?
I'm bored. Give me iPods.
Yeah. Well, when you went into hospital to give birth to the kids.
I didn't give birth. He practically walked out.
Okay, whatever. But you were in for a few days, and I brought you stuff to keep you entertained that you completely ignored because you went down to look at the kids.
I was in baby mode. All I wanted to do was be with them.
Or sleep. Thanks, Sick. I'm sorry to bring the stream down. I'm kind of down myself. I mean, I don't think you're bringing it down. I think. And
it's pretty understandable. It's a reasonable thing to be upset about.
But yeah, I hope. Yeah, it fucking sucks, man. I mean, yeah. What else do you say? But yeah, like people say, keep your chin up. I hope the kid does well, and yeah, everyone in the chat sends their best. That's a fact backed up by science. Like keeping myself down. I do keep myself down. I'm very good at it.
You're very heavy.
I was going in sort of in a depressive way, but that really helped me. Just not. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. So fuck. I always used to write down a few topics that I'd like to talk about, and then I stopped doing that ages ago because half the time I would just ignore it, and then as soon as I stopped doing it, I always worry about what to say. Something eventually comes to mind, and then I can rattle off quite easily. Or someone gives me a question, that's always good. Did Mrs. knew the hospital would be the last time she got to sleep peacefully for the rest of her life? Actually...
No, I sleep like a rock.
Yeah,
Nothing wakes me up.
She's been sleeping like a rock since they were born. I'm super dad. I was giving them most of their feeds.
It's not like I want to do it. I sleep through fire alarms. I sleep through house alarms, phone calls, and people shaking me and shouting my name. I just sleep through everything. I'm terrible for it.
You get annoyed at me when I don't wake you up on the morning, and I'm like, you know how hard you are to wake up. It's like I'm barely awake myself, and I'm like, wake up, very gently pushing you because I physically don't have the strength to move you.
I just need to breathe on you, and it wakes you up.
I hear a fucking, I don't know, a mouse hair fall off, and I'm like, huh? What's going on? Yeah. So yeah. And with that, with my having to get up to do most of the feeds, I was like, I am going to make sure these little people, and those are definitely the words I used, go to bed when I send them to bed. And now they do. They're generally pretty good about it. They get a bit whingy most of the time. Sometimes they'll go to bed like that, and it's great. But they sleep through 99% of the time, and it's only when something's really wrong that they ever get up and like come and see us. The worst part is that they wake up at like 5.
Says you never need roofies with me.
Hmm?
You'll never need roofies with me.
Oh, God. That's awful.
It's probably true with me though. I won't fucking notice. I'm terrible for it. I'm such a heavy sleeper.
Oh, that's really fucked up. I woke my ex up to yell at him. He was breathing too loud. Yeah, that's one of the bonuses because I snore, and half the time you get more bothered when there's no snoring because you're like, where's he gone? Because
I'm so used to it. It's white noise. It's great for falling asleep to.
Yeah.
And then occasionally you start going in your sleep, and it freaks me out.
The only really bad one, and it's very naughty when you do it, is when I'm trying to get you to sleep, but I'm so absolutely exhausted that I fall asleep first.
You fall asleep while playing games.
Exactly.
I watch you wander around, and one of the ones you were playing Skyrim, and you just walk straight into a wall. And I was like, looked at you, and you asleep.
And then I wake up. I'll wake up shortly after, and I go, oh, yeah. But sometimes you get mad at me for it because I go, yeah, oi, wake up, and I was like, but I want to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
Don't talk about nicotine. I'm not having any nicotine.
Yeah, she's
I'm on zero
off
nicotine.
the 3%, which was the lowest. Didn't you go to a higher percent for a while?
No, I was always on 0.3.
Oh, okay.
It's not a lot. It's the lowest one you can have, but having no nicotine is bad for me.
Fart in bed? Who doesn't fart in bed? Does Sir Sick wear his helmet and armour in bed? Only when we're having sex. Gotta wear protection. I wonder why I have kids. Wonder why I don't have more. Yeah.
I really want nicotine.
You've gotten better with I've basically completely banned pizza in the house. So it's quite funny. I think it was a couple of streams ago. Someone was like in the comments post stream saying, "How do you live in a hellscape where no pizzas is the better option than one pizza? I don't understand." And I said, "Well, she does eat pineapple pizza, the mad bitch." And then they were like, I see why you banned pizza.
Wow. It's nice.
I know. Like, I genuinely don't care. I'm sure I've had ham and pineapple and perfectly enjoyed it. I just wouldn't choose it. I'm a meat feast man. I like a good bit of meat in my mouth.
My girlfriend will yell at me until I wake up to tell me I farted in bed.
That's just like, how very useful, honey. You know what? I don't need to get up for work in the morning. You bastard.
So come on, do you get recognised as a street? Are you really handsome and famous?
I mean, I don't get recognised because they don't realise that I'm famous, but they see how handsome and good at the sex I am. They can tell I'm good at the sex because as I walk around, I hip thrust constantly, which makes it very clear how good at the sex I am.
Yeah, you never walk anywhere.
No, I hip thrust everywhere. I don't even go left, right. I propel myself with the force of my hip thrusts, and it's quite far. But a question, does sick seamen wear armour and a helmet? I don't know, I've not checked. Like a good bit of meat in his mouth, says the heterosexual man. Nothing wrong with a bit of meat in a heterosexual man's mouth or arse. Yeah. So, no, we realised the other day that it's been over a month since we've ordered a takeaway, and we were bad for ordering more than one a week.
It explains why I'm so fat.
Yes. The absolute worst thing that we would do is we would eat tea or dinner or last meal of the day, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then at like 12 o'clock at night both be really hungry and order some fucking takeaway. That shit just had to fucking end. So yeah, We're being good. Being very good. I know it's something we bring up every week, but you gotta pat yourself on the back when you're being good when it comes to food and that. I always go to Domino's for the Mighty Meaty. I can't remember if Domino's is alright or complete garbage. I know I'm not a fan of Pizza Hut because one of their fucking foods, it looks like cat food. It literally looks like they put cat food on the pizza, and I'm like, no, I can't have that. I don't really like any of the big pizza chains. A lot of their stuff just looks so... I know pizza is artificial, but it just looks particular. It looks like it came off of a display rather than looking like food.
You mean it doesn't look fresh?
Not even that. It just looks so manufactured.
No, because it's covered in grease. Of course it's going to look plastic.
No, that's. I mean, even if that was a thing, that's not my issue. It's just, I don't know, there's something about them. They're often quite weirdly perfect, and I don't like it.
I've had Pizza Hut pizza before, and it's okay. It's not amazing.
Well, one of our first dates.
And I had Domino's pizza, and the cheese on it, it doesn't taste right. There's something wrong with it.
Someone said that actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't have a dairy taste to it. It doesn't really taste of cheese. It looks like cheese, but it doesn't taste like cheese.
Yeah. The other one is that Pizza Hut was one of the first places that we had a mini date at, and the food was fine. The biggest problem was we ordered starters and a main, and they came out at the same time. And yeah, so we paid it to the penny. Now the thing is, that's not as much of an insult over here.
That's when we found out our mutual hatred for bad customer service.
Yeah, that was like shocking. It's not as good at kicking the nuts.
We waited ages for the waiter to actually turn up to the table.
Oh yeah, that too.
It was like, it must have been like 20 minutes before we even got served, and then they showed up with the starters and the main like at the same time.
Yeah, so we weren't super... It gave us something to bitch about, which was fun. And we very quietly bitched about it instead of being loud. And when they got asked if everything was okay, we said yes, like a set of twats.
It's so British.
It's very unusual. In fact, we only ever complain if there's a piece of food missing, and that's why we're fat. Maybe they're trying to help us. It's like, those fat fuckers don't need creamy peppercorn sauce.
Back then I wasn't fat. I was actually normal sized.
Now, to be fair, we were both like way poorer.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not exactly rich. We're on the wrong side of the threshold of what you would call poor, but we're not in poverty anymore. So we actually eat food. We've got a place called Pascal's, excellent Chicago-style pizza. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're considered good or not, but I really like Chicago Town mini deep dish pizzas. Those things are fucking lush. Also, you can never tell. That's one of the problems when I say, oh, I really like this brand of food. It might not even be the same thing as what the Americans get. It's the same thing with fucking portion sizes. Isn't our large an American small in most situations, which is completely insane. It makes me quite hungry.
It's either small or normal. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, American food is ridiculously big. I remember when I went over to Florida and like I was only a kid then, and the food side like I asked them, like, my mum asked how big was a normal sized burger, and they said with their hands, so about this big. And she went, oh, get her a large one, that might be too small. It arrived and it was like the size of my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I can eat this is pretty big. And I ate it all and felt like terrible for the rest of the day.
I like the fact that you just ate it all.
Of course I did. I'm human dustbin.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing about pizzas. What blows my mind is that we'll both order a pizza, same size pizza, and you'll just eat all of yours.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you do it.
I inhale it.
Yeah. And I'm still way fatter than you.
I am terrible for eating everything that's on the plate.
Yeah.
Which is why smaller portions and smaller plates and stuff is really useful for me, because I will clear a plate no matter how size it is.
Yeah. So hopefully lose a bit of the weight. You know, we get a small Cherries Jubilee, and that's it. Sick, you on the whiskey? I can hear the blasphemous ice in your glass. Don't know what you're talking about. Yes, with Pepsi Max, because I'm on a diet. I am basically Jack Black at the drive-thru. I got a large popcorn chicken in Canada and they gave me a bucket. I thought all KFCs just had those little boxes. Oh, those fucking tiny, pathetic little boxes you get over here.
Oh, you mean the ones for like the popcorn chicken? They're really cute little boxes.
Well, they look like the Chinese food things, but just micro-sized. Like literally an eighth of the size of one. American large is roughly the same size as the clock face of Big Ben.
I see that my whiskey glass is finally full. Congratulations. Now you need to work up to the bottle.
Yeah. Now all you have to do is remain a whiskey club member for the rest of the year. Yeah. I mean, really, you ought to get supping. I like the idea that it fills up over a few months and then it empties out. and then you get cancelled because you've died from drinking Sir 6 extra strength whiskey. It's more than 100% proof. Is there a Sir 6 Whiskey Club etched glass in the merch shop? No, we don't have. We only have Represent at the moment, and all they do is clothes. It's just what we've struggled to find a place of significant enough quality to do things. But etched glasses would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Get it. I'll remain a club member as long as YouTube and this channel exist. Aww.
Oh, yeah.
I lose all my monetization and everybody else is gone, but I'm still getting... Just making vids for you, mate. Visited the US like 4 times, never reached Massachusetts though. Which is a heck of a name when you look at it. You get the etched glass and I'll join your whiskey club. I mean, you won't get an etched glass for join because it would be like way too expensive, but don't like whiskey. Is Grey Goose vodka okay? Hey, it's all booze. It's all good. That's absolutely fine. It's just a name. The crust from takeaway with an Italian-esque name is usually a safe bet. I can't trust things like that. We've got like ones that are called like what's that one over there? And it's like Godfather or something. I don't think it was that, but yeah, it's got like a mafia-esque name, and it's just like okay. I like the idea of a place called Godfather though, because I think the tagline would be, "I'm gonna make you a pizza you can't refuse."
It'd only work if all the staff did the voice.
It's like, "Hello, would you like to order a pizza?" There's people standing around and put like orange thing in their mouth, chasing kids around. So sick. Why are you upside down? I'm not upside down. Or maybe I am. It is space.
Tell me which is the right way up in space.
Yeah. Point to up in space. I used to live in Lawton, Oklahoma. Its claim to fame is the highest teen birth rate because of the army base. Soldiers like to impregnate officers' daughters. I'm just amazed that they're giving birth to all these teens. I mean, usually they come out as babies, so that's pretty impressive. Godfathers used to be good. I imagine there's probably a lot of places called Godfathers. So maybe yours was good. Maybe I don't think this one's called Godfathers, but it definitely has a really mafia-esque name, and I would probably call it that. I think they have the the picture.
It looks like a dive.
Oh, it looks like a proper dive. I think it has the picture out the front, but it's called something else. We know your wife is right, so you must be doing it wrong. That's very true. I am always doing everything wrong. What pizza would you pair a nice bourbon whiskey? Meat Feast.
I was going to say some barbecue.
I don't eat anything but Meat Feast pizzas.
Barbecue chicken. That'd go nice with whiskey.
Meat Feast.
You just want Meat Feast on everything.
It's because I like Meat Feast. I like a variety of meats.
Yeah, and what happens when you have a lot of meat? Oh no, you sat on the toilet for 2 hours. Well done.
Yeah,
you
but...
need to be a vegetarian. Like that's ever gonna happen.
Plus, when I eat loads and loads of vegetables, Jesus Christ, my ass stinks. Just like an amazing... I smell like a farm. Ew, sorry. Also, regarding bragging about your diet, it's actually smart to bring it up in public. Not only does it provide pride in your achievement, it adds an ego part that will help you resist the urge. That is, that's not a bad point.
It doesn't work for me.
And it also helps you show how much better you are than everyone else. That's very important.
It doesn't work for me.
No.
Because I crave.
No, your solution to dieting, for a long time I was like, I'm not going to run your diet for you, and it's just a case of I have to run your diet for you, don't I?
I'm really impulsive, so I can't help myself.
The Mr. Six diet revolves around this. Can I have this? No.
Yeah.
Can I have this? No. Can I have this tomorrow? I'll think about it. Tomorrow comes. No. She had a massive urge the other day. I said, I really want pizza. I said, well, you can have it tomorrow, maybe. There's always maybes and mms. And, do some exercise or something. I was hoping you would do the exercise and then I'd tell you no anyway. And I was like, don't you feel pleased with yourself? It's odd though, because you seem, even though I think you know that I'm probably just going to ultimately not get it.
No, it's...
You seem to accept the answer at the time.
I'm impulsive. It's an impulse to do it. So a few hours later, when I don't feel that bad anymore, I'll go, I'm so glad I didn't have pizza.
Does you have a naughty step for her? No, just... I should get a no button though. That'd be awesome.
No.
Just walk up to the button. No. And then you change it one day and it says, yes, of course, babes. The fuck? It's of course you can have pizza. That's what you specifically change it to. No. It does make Miss Six sound like she's a toddler, but she really is a full grown-up with agency. She just has...
I'm terrible when it comes to food.
She's not the master of her stomach, so I have to be.
Like when I was younger, I could eat anything I want, and my body just stayed the same. And then after kids, my body was like, this is what you get, you little fat shit.
Yeah, went all Funhouse Mirror. We both did. But what is Southern fried barbecue?
Isn't that just...
Would that be Southern fried chicken with barbecue sauce? Because that actually does sound pretty amazing. Oh, the main thing that I've had to do with myself...
I'm married to a picky eater, but I have 2 trash compactors and a German Shepherd. Oops, I mean daughters.
Yeah. Well, the girls, the kids, fucking hell, they have a very strict diet, but they could probably use a little bit of weight. They can definitely eat much more fun stuff than we can. My main issue though is snacking.
Girls are skinny as all. But I think it's because they jump around like rabbits all day, so they just burn everything off.
Your main issue is impulse control. My main issue is snacking without thinking about it. And now that I think about it, the amount of times I find myself walking into the kitchen and going, I've come in here for a fucking snack, and just walk out again.
I usually go in, look in the fridge, realise there's no chocolate there, and walk out.
Yeah. Oh God, we said about having a caterpillar cake for Memory Man's birthday because we couldn't find him a unicorn cake. Well, we could, but I wasn't spending 12 quid on that. The caterpillar cake was a much more reasonable price, and it was chopped on the coffee table. And today I caught Mrs. Sick hunting for little fragments of chocolate on the table. So, I'm cleaning! She stormed off.
It was like the tiniest piece.
It was a little bit pathetic, and you know it.
Yeah, but I'm a chocoholic. So.
Yeah, I had to put the caterpillar away because he left it here, the fool. Mm. Well, I think I'll just give it to the kids tomorrow or something. But, meal replacement, weight gainer, extra protein, equate, not ensure how bad things are. I have no idea what any of that is. I'm just eating less and exercising more and trying not to snack. Like I said, that's my main concern. I've started buying myself cucumbers and just having that when I'm hungry. Just eating some cucumber. As it does the job. It's certainly a lot. I at one point in my life, I tried to eat loads of celery. But fucking hell,
oh no, celery's disgusting.
I don't hate celery, but I did after having it for like 2 days as a snack whenever I wanted a snack. Cucumber's a lot more tolerable, and it's mostly water. I mean, I might as well just have a fucking drink of water. I hate when I go to the kitchen for food and it suddenly turns into an Oblivion interaction. Stop! You violated the law!
We should put that meme on the fridge. Even though it's not like there's anything in there anymore.
No, it's mostly cans of low calorie pop, because it's a sort of another thing that's
sandwich stuff.
If we really, really want something sweet, then we have that. Got salads. I eat salads for lunch. Almost exclusively now, actually.
I don't eat lunch.
You've had ham salad sandwiches for the last couple of days.
No, I had it today.
And yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
You've had it twice.
I'm losing time again.
You're losing touch with reality and ham salad sandwiches.
I do. I start zoning out. I just can't remember what day it is.
Yeah, you're getting into the SAD phase. Basically, as soon as the weather starts getting colder and a bit more miserable, Mrs. It goes into hibernation mode, don't you?
Mhm.
And
I'm gonna say I'm fucking knackered now.
That's another thing that we're trying to deal with. That's another reason why we're trying to have a more strict schedule. Is that get up in the morning and just teach the body to.
My rabbit eats salad and I eat my rabbit. Who sucks now?
Well, you've probably got less nutrients in you because rabbit is just like fucking terrible for you.
Celery is healthy, dipped in cream cheese dip in a Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
That sounds great. I rarely eat. Mostly I live off of supplements from my doctor. A real doctor, not a woo slinger. Like Ensure and Boost. See, all I know of a Boost is a chocolate bar, and they are delicious. I would love a Boost bar right now.
Get the lamp from the doctor. I have two.
Oh, the SAD lamp.
I have two light boxes. I have a little travel one and a quite a big one.
Yeah, she's got a little one for exactly when she wakes up in the morning to just sort of shine directly into her face.
I am solar powered.
And then a big one by the desk. Paid for by, well, you really, but technically me.
You pay for everything though.
No, but I mean them. Watching
That's
Sir
what I
Sick
said.
videos
You pay for everything.
pays for Mrs. Sick to feel slightly less shit. And that's pretty much everything.
Sometimes I feel the difference on it. Like, there's rules when you're using the light box. You have to sit a certain distance from it. You have to
Do it for ages.
You have to do it for a certain amount of time, otherwise it doesn't work. And you have to do it in a darkened room at a certain time, so there's not natural light. You have to focus on that light, and then you're supposed to also incorporate going outside after you've done the light box as well. It's just complicated. It's just annoying, but sometimes it works. It depends on everything else that's going on around. Like, if I end up not sitting close enough to it, it can take me hours in order to feel better.
Well, you've been trying to go out with me when I take the kids to school.
Yeah.
And it took a while for us to figure out exactly why you kept feeling like shit until we sat on the high street for a while, and then you realised, I feel like I'm going to be attacked by all these people all the time.
Yeah, I get like agoraphobia type feeling.
Because we sat in a local park which was basically empty at the time, and you started feeling better. There was some sun out, and then we were like, oh, you feel a bit better. Well, why don't we do a couple of errands and then we can go home? And we grabbed some breakfast and sat on a bench in sort of the town centre, and you started getting worse and worse, especially when I left you be for a little bit because you went into a charity shop and I wanted to look somewhere else.
I don't know. It's a weird feeling. It's just it's not like I'm suddenly anxious. It creeps up on me.
Yeah.
And it's like, then it's like I get the idea like I don't feel safe here.
Yeah.
It's like that type of feeling, and it just suddenly goes, yeah, you don't feel safe here now. You're gonna freak out now, and I start getting anxious and like hyperventilating, and I'm like, it just feels fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's super fun. # more bourbon. I mean, I do think that would solve most of your problems.
I'm trying not to, because I get more impulsive in the winter. And,
that too.
And alcohol is one of the things I usually go for.
Well, yeah, that's the... when it comes to your impulses, we've been trying to figure out other things for you to have impulses to do. Trying to make exercise one of your impulses, but that hasn't...
Fat chance.
But that hasn't caught on. But you've been more impulsive of Beat Saber since you hurt your arm. So it's almost like you specifically choose things that aren't good for you.
Yeah.
Like you go out of your...
I'm really bad for it. I am, though. It's a stubbornness in me that I have, that it basically says, you cannot let this beat you. You are better than whatever this is. Therefore, do it as much as possible, and you'll be fine. Hence, smoking and drinking and overeating and...
Well, the one that drives me mad is when you injured your back, or when you've injured your shoulder, and you've been told by the doctor to rest, and then I walk out of the room and I come back in and you started doing some sort of fucking chore, picking stuff up off the floor, and you're like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain now, I wonder why, and I just, you don't beat your wife, but it's okay to want it. No.
I beat myself.
Yeah. It drives me mad. I have to tell her off for doing stuff. Yeah, you're just a big kid, aren't you?
Don't drink a lot. I do enough stupid things when it's over. Me too. It's just, when I drink, it justifies me doing stupid things.
Yeah. I usually just say really offensive things because I think they're funny when I'm drunk. And, I mean, that's pretty much where this name of the stream came from. Don't beat your wife in real life. Murder her in video games instead. Yeah. Or together we can beat my wife at video games.
Thank you. I happen it too. You're ultra sensitive with crowding people. You seem to be either or no middle of the road.
Yeah, you are either fine or you're fucking just awful. We went into one of the supermarkets and you fucking hated that.
It either goes, I can manage it and I just cope and I just I push through whatever I'm doing, or I feel like utter crap. It's basically a lot of things. I always have two modes in everything. I either feel fine or shit. I never really feel ultra happy.
It's not even two extremes. It's one medium and low.
One low, yeah.
Yeah. And then occasionally absolutely pissing your pants at some meme.
Oh, memes are fantastic. It's what keeps me living, I think. Like, oh god, it's just like, especially depression memes. They're amazing.
I relate.
It's like, I feel like that.
That's so funny. I'm sad. I'm sober when I'm offensive. I've literally never been drunk. Well, that is just offensive. Unless, of course, you have some sort of issue where you can't drink. Where
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, that one. Where you pathetic scrub. I've pissed my pants after a good skinful. I have never urinated myself. Thank Christ, as far as I'm aware. Although I have had the thought I'd drained the snake properly and then it decided to just like hold on to a tip full of piss, which is just enough to look like you've absolutely pissed yourself.
This is why you wear black pants, isn't it?
Exactly, that's why you have to wear black pants. The other one is that I almost always vomit in something if I'm in a building. I will always vomit in a sink or in a toilet, occasionally into a bath, but always somewhere that it's easy to clean. And pretty much only once that I'm aware of did I not make it, and I was on the way there.
Oh, I'm pathetic when I'm drunk. I have no control whatsoever.
Also, you fucking hate being sick.
No, I can't stand being sick.
You've gotten better at it in your old age,
That's not old age. That's pregnancy. It helped me tolerate being sick.
But you'd be like whinging and moaning that your stomach really hurt for ages, and I say, just go be sick.
Oh, I can't make myself be sick. I don't like making myself be sick. That's just, no, it's wrong.
I think you've done it like once because you were in so much stomach pain. And I was like, you got to do it. Just stick your fingers down your neck and you do it. It's a fun topic of conversation. Strategic vomiting 100. Yeah, exactly. The casual vomit or the strategic vomit, that's something that I got.
That's what babies do. Babies casual vomit.
Oh.
Just
The casual vomit, when you've gone out drinking and you just do a 9-pinter without even blinking. But you're already sick. If you hate being sick, just use the surname you were born with. Yeah. I mean, we're all born with surnames. That's how it works. It's not given to us by the man or the Illuminati. Right. I mean, on the epic note of vomit.
Oh my god! I fell out of a car vomiting once. Thank God it was a stoplight.
How do you even? That's amazing. Were you like puking out of the window and you leant on the door handle? That's quite the mental image. Sounds like a band name, Casual Vomit. That is a very common phrase, at least up this way. I needed this weird conversation to get today. I have to take my elderly dog to the vet tomorrow, and we'll probably have to make that hard choice. Oh, man. Well, hopefully you don't, and the dog's absolutely fine and comes back 10 years younger for some reason, and magic, and has the power to fly. But, yeah, you have our sympathies. And on that epic note, we've got 5 minutes left, so I'll probably start wrapping up now. Like I said at the start, for those who've joined us at the late, video is up, is made, is waiting on YouTube to do a YouTube. So that will be published either tomorrow, or if they decide to be dicks about it, maybe later. Hopefully not. I mean, I might as well check now to see what the fuck they're doing. But 9 times out of 10, nope, they haven't done anything. Because of course they haven't. Opened the door because it was a gusher, middle of the night. Window didn't work in middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Oh my god, that's horrid. Yeah. So I will say the problem of Cersix green flesh should be fixed in terms of green screen. I've ended up using slightly less of it this week because I got a little bit over ambitious, and the thing I tried to do didn't work at all. So 10 points if you can guess which bit I didn't use green screen for. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know if we've got, like, we've hit a lot of our milestones and our plans, so we need to start making new plans. We got the outfit, we've got the green screen. We need to do more types of merch because people have been asking for cups and pillows and all sorts of other shit. So we definitely need to look into that and make that a thing, because people like having little bits of crap to support people. It's awesome, and I'm glad you want to support us. Yeah, we were going to do outside filming, and then the green screen just seemed like a better idea because it meant that we didn't have to go outside, especially at the moment with you not feeling too cracking. So, condoms with a little actual shaped Cersei head on the end of it. That would be amazing. Instead of the tip thing that you're supposed to squeeze, it's just my face. My real face as well. But you can barely tell because it's made out of condom. Cynical coffee mugs are always good. Yeah. Everyone's just Cersei condoms. Best thing ever. Oh no, that's the same person twice. God damn it. Right. Yeah. So we need to come up with more plans. Need to improve for the future. I mean, I'm getting better at the green screen thing. I need to clean out my cupboard. The cupboard that we had the fire in still has rubble in the bottom of it, and I need to clean that out and turn it into my storage for a lot of my equipment, so that I don't have to penis joke. So that I don't have to set up my gigantic fucking floodlights every time I want to film something on the green screen. So I'm probably going to make that a job for this week to get that done and out of the way. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna start saying my goodbyes. I need to find my keyboard. I don't even know what I've done with it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I think we'll see you next week, or we'll see you when the video comes out. If you come into the comment section and say bullshit, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I've got nothing else. So bye.
Bye.
Bye.